During your time as Senate President, you had a rule about making sure major bills had a Republican sponsor. You've told us that you don't like to refer to the GOP as the minority party when Democrats hold the majority. Why were those rules so important to you?
Starting with the city council, you had the pro-growth and no-growth people. There was always, I learned that to get something done and you're in a team effort, the team's got to be together in one way or other. It's not going to make it. I don't care how much talent you have. I related to sports, to tell you the truth. I got it from the sports world, that great teams that I knew of that didn't make it, it's because they didn't, well, you're on defense and I'm on offense. They didn't ever come together. So I applied it to this, and I found myself, see, my family was pretty much Republican, all Republican. I'm the only Democrat. So that made me understand and be sensitive to that. And I don't know, I just thought there's wins and there's victories. And I learned that I love the victories. I'll accept the win, but it's nowhere near as satisfying. A win is you win just with your party. A victory is you do it together. That is really a great feeling. So, you know, I just seem to like it better when, you know, you could come together. Because, you know, if you're going to be in the legislature, Angelica, you have got to go in with the attitude, I'm going to be sitting across from someone who's a different philosophy, different part of the state, but they're there like I'm there to figure out together how we make this work. And so I don't know how you do that if you don't come together.
Must be frustrating for you to watch the national political stage right now. Is it hard to find those victories that you're talking about?
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. It's very sad for me to watch it.
In your final session, you also told your colleagues to care for each other. What does that mean to you?
Well, I used to, you know, Margaret Mead, I used a quote from Margaret Mead. You'd have to see that to understand what I'm saying. I think what I meant is I don't know, if you're going to be a public official, you're going to have burdens in your private life too. People lose loved ones, there's problems with relationships, and you're not going to get through that session if some of the people you're serving with don't reach out to you as a human being saying, hey, take my hand. And I really believe that. I don't care who you are, what you are. I don't care how much someone's hurt you, how nasty they've been to you in campaigns. You're not going to make it in a collective body unless you're willing to accept someone's help and you're willing to give that help.
For the last few years, Salem has been characterized as being dominated by Democrats, with the supermajorities in both chambers and the governor's office being held by a Democrat. From your perspective in leadership, did it ever feel like you could just do whatever you wanted?
Well, I think that was the feeling, the atmosphere of it. Now, I don't think you can say I felt that way. I mean, I always wondered, like, well, what about how they feel? What about the other side? How are we making sure we're considering them? So we've lost the balance. When I first got in 1981, there were Democrats in my caucus from all over the state, and the Republicans had people from the urban areas in their caucus. That's all changed now. It's all changed. So that you're pretty much, the Democrats are urban, Republicans are rural, and so you're not getting that mix in your caucuses that I think was healthy.